open in 2-3 years.
Yes.
Sheraton has to be ready for that. I would say that we have excellency and a very good service because of all the trainings and the engagement of people with the brand.
Yeah.
But we know the product has also to evolve.
Yeah.
So these renovations are expected. I hope that next year we can start doing, even with the crisis we are going through, we have managed to do a few things. We have our restaurant 7 Seas, which is going through a refurbishment that was needed. We might be reopening it in a couple of weeks.
Okay, so all of this started during the COVID, during the lockdown situation. JP, let's talk about pressure from you as a leader. As a general manager, you not only manage the operation in Uganda, you manage the operation in East Africa. I mean, Uganda was one of those places that received high amount of pressure when we went into a lockdown. What happened to the other operation? How were you able to pull through from those other operations and the challenges that the operations came with during this COVID? How were you able to manage it?
Yeah, each property from the group went through the same challenges,
Yeah.
but each market, of course, is different and recovers in a different pace. Some of the hotels are kind of doing better because of the environment they have, and also the resources that are available. But I would say that in overall, I mean the whole region,
Yeah.
it's coming out of this second wave now.
Yeah.
And I hope that there won't be
The third wave, yes.
So
Yeah.
things are improving.
Okay.
I think the process is to, the important is to keep the contact, to keep very attentive what's happening in each different market,
Yeah.
and to look for opportunities, business opportunities.
Yeah.
Some markets can support better each other in a due time.
Yeah.
Today is somehow a moment that we ask all to support us.
Yeah.
The countries that are already moving on to more normal times, making sure that people don't have that image, okay, Uganda is still difficult to come.
Yeah.
We have a few challenges that we are still facing here, especially at the airport in Entebbe.
Yeah.
I think that this week was very rich in discussions, and also the tourism sector was very mobilized to try to obtain a deal that is not so painful and for the travelers that come to Uganda, either for tourism or for business.
Yeah.
Definitely we need to make sure that whoever comes to Uganda have done his test. If they are vaccinated is better. But we have to be careful also not to create an environment there at arrival that people feel uncomfortable, and it's long, it takes hours to be released. So it's after a long trip, it's very painful.
Yeah.
So I think that things are getting to a more balance.
Okay.
And we will be hearing about it. There is already a release that came yesterday from Civil Aviation.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of an outcome of all these discussions. I believe also that some key people have spoken directly with the president, because we need really to keep Uganda as a friendly country to come, and that people don't start the experience in with a lot of frustration at the airport. That's a very key thing.
Okay, and as we wind up, JP, we want to just talk about, we've touched many of these areas, but I want to talk to you from the transformational part of it. You've talked about Sheraton transforming, going through the renovation, but there is a transformation that the hotel business brings to life and to very many other people. Whenever we have such facilities or such investment, people's lives change. You mentioned on the show a bit earlier that you have about 400 and plus people working for Sheraton. When you look back to your life as a hotel manager, as the person who ran hospitality business, as a professional in that area, when you look back, how would you quantify the transformation that you have gone through over the years that has also been a place of people finding transformation in their life that has gone to people's lives and their lives has transformed in general?
Definitely, each of the experience that I went through added something to me as a professional, but also as a person.
Yeah.
I say that we cannot never consider for granted that we know everything, we learn everything. We are always learning something new.
Yeah.
When we move from a place to another, or when we go through different situations.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. For me, every day is a new day. Every day is an opportunity to transform,
Yeah.
to learn something.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we were talking or saying, some people sometimes spend 20 years in the same position.
Yes.
Definitely what kills sometimes is not only the professional life, even I would say family life is the routine.
Yes.
So you have always to try to invent, create.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things also I'm always talking with my team is about innovation, creativity, think out of the box, discover new things. Even in here, I mean, how many things are showing up, coming up in Uganda, in Kampala.
Yeah.
Every day, even during the COVID, there is a new place. I the other day went to Kololo. I see so many new places.
Yes, yes.
Some are closing down
Yes.
because they have their cycle, but others are coming with new concepts. So we have. It's not because we are Sheraton, an international brand, that we don't have to learn with others. Huh? And we can always take what we call benchmarking to get inspiration.
Yeah.
But then it's important that we create it on our own way.
Yeah.
So this spirit of innovation, creativity, it's also very important, and it's part of the transformation process.
Wow.
And that's something that I try also to incorporate, because this gives you motivation.
Yeah.
It's not like every day is the same thing.
Yeah.
Of course that you always will have those routines that you cannot escape from.
Yeah.
I have always my moments. I have to sign payment. No, I mean now I sign lesser, but I authorize online.
Yes, yes.
I have my guys there sometimes chasing me. Oh, boss, you have to authorize this, and that. And I say, okay, I will. But my priority is being with the guests. It's trying to find new things, you know. But yes, you have those routines that you have to go through.
Yeah.
But it's important to give sometimes also for that funny side of
of you.
if you know, when we talk about passion, and it's also you need to feel the pleasure of what you do.
Yes.
If you do something that you don't like, if you do something because you're obliged to, I know it's not everyone that has this privilege, and some people that's what they get and they have to do it. But I wouldn't say that my job is always the how you call the bed of roses.
Yes.
But it's because I take pleasure, because it gives me something in return that I'm doing this, and I hope God gives me strength to continue doing this for some more years.
Wow.
Until the time that we'll have to step down.
Wow. Well, we're talking to Jean, and of course JP is the general manager of Sheraton Kampala, and of course the regional manager for East Africa Constellation Hotel Management LLC, as it is known. It's a group of companies, just so you know. JP, thank you very much for coming to the show. But one more question: how do you balance your work life and family?
Yeah, that I'm not very good into that. I would say that sometimes I have to give more time for myself and for the family. Yeah. Hospitality is very challenging for all of us working, because it's a lot of it's 24 hours, 365 days, but still you need to find time. I'm glad this year, I don't know if it's because the business went down, but I could spend a full month with my family. a bit disconnected, not completely because I can't. I have always to follow what's happening, but I had time for me. I had time to do some physical activity, and that's something that I know it's so important. Yeah. You are in this.
Yes.
When I was young, I was doing a lot of sports,
yes.
and sports was very good.
Yeah.
And for any kid, I think sport is fantastic to give discipline, yeah. targets. I used to swim a lot. I used to do rowing.
Yeah.
And I was part of a team. We were competing, and that was very intense training. Yeah. Then, with time, I have relaxed a bit in keeping physical activity. I always try to do something.
Yeah.
And it's very important because you feel much better. But yes, you need to take care of yourself, of your body, of what you eat, how many hours you sleep, healthy life. Yeah. But also not at the extent that if you like to have some fun sometimes, to drink a little bit yeah. with your friends. I mean, in hospitality is also about the passion I have for food, yeah. and I like good wines, a good whiskey, in a moderate way. Yes. But it's about this too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, family life, it's sometimes a bit complex. When you are working as an expatriate, yeah. The family is a bit spread all over, yeah. But we have good moments. We have qualitative moments, yeah. And fortunately, we have WhatsApp, Telegram, all those
yes.
today.
Yeah.
You can at any time reach someone and spend some time with a talk.
Yeah.
But yes, balancing life is. I'm not very good on that. I'm not a very good example, but I'm trying.
Okay.
My HR, if she's listening to that, she might be laughing.
Yes, and finally, your wife also works in you said your wife has a background in the hotel yes. management. She does do the same thing. Are you guys in the same company? How do you manage to work to marry a person within the same area where you work and, still continue with the family to this level? I mean, what's work balancing these things? Because sometimes it's not very easy for people who are in the hospitality business. Yeah. Particularly at your level.
Yeah, we worked together for a certain number of years. Yes. It was not always easy. Yes. Then we were working in the same company but with different assignments. That was okay. Yeah. And when I came to Africa, she had a very good job offer there in the Middle East. Yeah. So my wife lives in Dubai, and she's not in the operations, but she's in what we call e-commerce. Yes. She managed the online business for a big hotel group. Okay. And she's successful. So we try to see each other every 2 months. Okay. And during holidays, yeah. of course.
Okay. And the children?
We don't have direct children, but we have a boy that is our nephew, but we take care of him. Okay. And but he is preparing his exams to university okay. now, so he's in France.
So they live with the mother or lives with you here?
No, he's now with the grandparents in France.
In France, yeah. Okay. Well, now we wanted to just touch base on that. Sometimes people think that you general managers are, superhumans. You're not, you don't have a life to live every single day besides the work. Because we see you in a tie, we see you signing things. We don't know that you have a life to live, but you've given us a space to actually understand, that you have a life and the things you do every single day. JP, we've come to the end of the show. Yeah,
we are using less ties now, huh? Yeah. Especially on Fridays.
Why?
It's a trend somehow. Yeah, when you have official events and things, you put back the tie, but. Yeah. More and more in the hospitality, GMs, yes. all the people working in sales and marketing, yes. it's a bit more relaxed.
Yes, yes.
It's a trend, okay. So that you don't have that
the seriousness
yes,
that comes
yes.
in it all the time.
So I try to combine that.
Oh. And your final word to those who nominated you. What are you looking for 20 years, 50 years from now when you're finally out of Uganda? What you'll be looking forward to? What would you like as your legacy, that when you leave, they will say, once upon a time, there's a man called Jean-Philippe Bentecourt who was a general manager of Sheraton Kampala?
Well, that's definitely something that is very somehow important. Sometimes I think what these people will remind of me when maybe they will be in my position, or if someone say, "Oh yes, finally I remember that GM. I learned." The young sometimes they don't see immediately that effect.
Yeah.
And I know by my experience, I had a very tough general manager that I remember sometimes I feel like crying because he gave me very hard times.
Yes.
But I end up like having not only respect for him, but affection. And still sometimes he's kind of old now, but sometimes I send always a message for Christmas. But he had a big impact in my career. But he was tough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to be tough with my kids. Sometimes they learn how to deal with me, but they know that I am very exigent. I'm very detail oriented. I'm very guest oriented. I when there is an issue with the guest, I feel frustrated. And but I hope that from what the examples, the walk, the talk, or whatever that I can transmit to them, that one day they will remember myself, and especially I think the ones that will progress in their careers. And it's difficult to project myself in 20 years.
Why? You're living a healthy life.
Yes.
Yes.
But as I say, the world changed so much. Where will I be? We have a plan with my wife where to retire or to settle down one day. We have a nice place in the south of France, which is a very good region with very good weather. And but I hope that I will still be coming here to Uganda once in a while. I don't know, maybe after a career in the operation, I will go to what most of people that acquire a lot of experience and knowledge to some kind of consultancy. I think that if I have this opportunity for the rest of my life until I'm really capable of being a resource or supportive, or I can help some projects, development, training people, guiding people, I'll be. I don't see myself like staying home doing nothing. Or I feel that I will always need to have some occupancy. I don't have that. I know in Uganda and in Brazil it's not like that, because people feel that they have to work until very late. But in countries like in France, in Europe, people think, oh, I'm going to retire and this is it. I'm going to live now enjoying life or doing some social work. I don't see me fitting in that. I want to keep being active
and
doing things that are meaningful.
Wow. Well, JP, thank you very much for coming to the program today. We really appreciate to have you on the program.
Thanks to the public. I hope that I was I was useful, or that I could pass good messages, and I am available for questions. You can go through you, or if anyone wants to.
Well, if you have a question, we definitely want you to write. We can sample one or two questions as we go. I want to just say this. Ed Yukila, thank you very much for bringing that gentleman to the show. I am a person who goes to Sheraton for breakfast normally every Sunday, but COVID came and hit us hard. We no longer enjoy what we used to have.
Well, we are. I mean, we've never really locked down completely, especially the breakfast. We are open there same hours.
I think it's because they were locked down at home. Movement is a problem.
No, but we are fully operational. And on Sundays, not only we have the breakfast, but we have the very nice brunch, and which is very nice for families, for the kids. They can go to the pool. The parents enjoy the food. There is good entertainment. There are some activities for the kids. And even now on Saturdays, and it's being very successful, we have what we call the Splash Saturday at the pool of Sheraton, where there is a lot of activities for the kids, some barbecue. mothers are loving it because the kids are busy and they can enjoy just
Yes, yes.
they talk with each other.
Yes, yes, and do other things.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Eddie Okila, thank you very much. I live and work in Europe. I'm glad to hear that Sheraton is taking shape and that Marriott is taking over. At some point, Sheraton was becoming a pain. When you look back in the days, the glories that were gone. But I've seen the general manager saying the renovations happening. I had my wedding at Sheraton, and it was a bit disappointing some years back. And yet I grew up as a boy who used to, you know, enjoy going to Sheraton.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
yeah, so
No,
so
it's
there
for
you-
sure
yeah.
that Sheraton, there was, and that's from the feedback I've heard,
Yeah.
went through a phase that the quality of service, the guest satisfaction was not at the top. Sometimes I hear, oh yes, Sheraton is not a good place to go anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they were living in their glories. I don't know. What I know is that since I came and with my team, because for me the team, if I don't have a good team, I
yes.
cannot do anything.
Yeah.
But we have brought back the hotel to a level that I think, from the feedbacks I received from the market,
Yes.
from guests,
Yes.
we are a key player. And yes, renovations is some of them have taken place,
Yeah.
but there is still quite a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
It will be there, I hope, very soon.
All right. Just because of our time, we'll not be able to read all your comments, but JP will definitely come back on the show. We want to probably visit Sheraton Kampala and look at some of the things that they're doing there. And of course, we want you to go and visit Sheraton Kampala and support. It's right at the center of Kampala. JP, somebody is asking me a question here before we go. In Nigeria, we do what we called, personality placing. But is this the same thing in Uganda? If a personality appear in, let's say in Kampala, would Sheraton Kampala give an on-board because it happens in Nigeria quite a lot? Does this happen in East Africa? Ask the general manager.
Sorry, I didn't get
Personality, for example, if a personality is coming from another country, let's say a
Yes.
celebrity, to Uganda,
Yes.
does Sheraton Uganda offer to like give a complimentary to that personality that is coming, let's say a celebrity?
Yeah, well, we have a certain number of partnerships
Yes.
with, different, promoters.
Yes.
It depends, of course. It has to be a win-win situation.
Yes, yes.
If there is, a megastar coming to Uganda, that will generate media for us.
Yes.
That will generate attention. Definitely, we can work something out.
Wow, wow. Well, there they have it, and we want to say thank you very much. JP, thank you very much for coming to the show. We're going to have to bonga
Thank you.
and say goodbye to all of you guys, and thank you very much for being a part of the, CEO Bench growing bigger and better. Until next week, we want to say goodbye, and Eddie Okila, Jean Philippe, Bintercourt, General Manager of Sheraton, signing out. you think you're ready to engage people once again after 2 years or 2.5 years of no activity brought about by COVID-19?
I think the advantage of the lockdown and the past 2 years has been like most of the creatives, whether they are independent or not, have been engaged in a process of creating content, and I'm curious to see what's going to come out of this now that we are free to start working. I'm sure everyone is going to be ready to prepare to present something that they've been working on. So I'm not really worried about if there is content. I think I'm very worried about who is going to present it, because most people have actually, not maybe actually, have really moved on.
Yes.
I mean, they realized that they were chasing a dead horse, you know, and they were like, you know, we are not going to survive. 2 years of not working, even trying to mitigate the, you know, life. Now that they are, you know, they have started some jobs. You know, if you have a job that is 9 to 5, you're not going to start, you know, going for rehearsals or going to dance in a studio. And what are you going to eat if you go there? So I think my biggest worry is about who is going to be presenting the content, whether it's dance, whether it's theater, whether it's music, whether it's film. Okay, film is different, but I think there are certain art forms that are independent, and they really need an effort for someone to be able to present it. And I think opening up without any support structure to help these people get back into the market, it's going to be really, really difficult. So for me, I think that's going to be the biggest challenge.
Okay, so when you say there are certain art form that needs really, really support, and there's some that needs to, what are those, you know, can you highlight some of them that needs to?
Yes, I mean, when we are talking about like the independent art scene, we are talking about some of the independent artists I know, and they are the most challenged one are the contemporary dancers. The contemporary dancers, first of all, contemporary dance is very, very new to the industry, to the market here. And even when they have been working over the years, you know, dancers like, you know, Jonas, like Julius, like Oscar, have been really working hard to really cultivate their audiences. And they have been not really managing to get them, you know, to fill up the auditoriums. And now that they are back, they need a lot of time. They need at least 6 to 8 months to prepare a production, and which means that now that they don't have money and they're opened up to start, they needed someone to, you know, or they needed some kind of like a support fund to get them to start, so that they can be able to prepare their work to present it to the audiences.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of support are we looking at here?
Money, of course. I mean, it's money. I don't think, you know, there's anything else. Maybe also space. Space is also an important thing, because some of them need space. They might have time and they might have money to survive on, where to stay, but they definitely need space to rehearse on.
I wish everyone in the music scene success, but they are not going to move for as long as the people in the government does not respect art and look at art as a form of competition to them. We're wasting time. Also, the structures are put in place. People like Balaam and a few other people who just come in. I'm reading it. It says people like Balaam who come in, says, who have you know, proximity to the powers that be. Instead, they who even hand from music and promote music. Sometimes when these challenges come, they are supposed to be able to tell the people in authority that, look, this is where I also earn my money from and support. But instead, sometimes they also manipulate the system. I respect them, but they earn from the system, the music industry, but they're also the same people who don't support the music industry. I'm being honest. I hope you can read my comment on the show, because I've sent comments before on TV and it's never read.
Okay, I think, honestly, I understand personally. I really understand the frustrations of all the people.
Yeah.
I am. Some of us are more and always frustrated, but we try to keep a smiley face.
Yeah.
And everyone has a lot. If you start inviting people to talk about the challenges they face with the investments they make here, you will be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So it's really true, and I really think, as they say, they need to be considered.
Yeah.
There's a need to really, find out how do we all take part in this shared responsibility.
Yeah.
How can we all have a shared vision for our country?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about politics. Now, in the arts, in the creative industry, how can we grow it together?
Yeah.
How can we share the pie or the cake that is there so that we don't grab everything to oneself? Yeah. When I see people mentioning names and saying this one takes the thing, I have no problem with those people. Yeah. But I think also, if other people are there in the market, then they should be given an opportunity, or even thoughtful. We can't always keep things in one side, one side.
Welcome to the Creative Industry Talk. My name is Eddie Okela. This week in the studio, we have the man who has been in audio-visual artistry for the longest of time. The people who have stood the test of time of COVID-19. We want to know from them if they are ready. Come 24th of January 2024, Uganda will be opening up for events after 2.5 years of no activity at all. It was believed that the audio-visual sound industry was closing down in Uganda. And as a matter of fact, many people actually closed down, changed career, went into something else. Others, the bank loan swallowed them. But those who remained are yet to take us back to the moments where if there is no entertainment, then there is no creativity, then there is no productivity in the country. We're glad that Uganda is opening up, and joining me on the program today is the one and only Jude Sempewa, coming from Legacy Production Limited, a company based in Uganda. Jude, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Eddie.
We are bongering and spreading love here. We have to do this. You have to and spread love to people because COVID-19 has been there. In the words of Pastor Joshua Martin Mugabe. But welcome to the program. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Doctor.
And
I'm doing fine, Eddie.
Yes. Yes, some call me doctor because of the health and fitness, so it's understandable.
Sure.
But first, Jude, we want to know from you. How have you been? How have COVID-19 treated you? 2019, we have not seen you. Things have been just up and down, lockdown here and there. Let's talk about Jude in the 2019.
Jude 2019 was a very beautiful, sunny, fair weather year.
Yeah.
We had the best of what you could call an eventful year.
Yeah.
So many events, so much happening, so much entertainment, so much infotainment. Then came in 2020.
Yeah.
Out of the blue, things changed. The script was flipped.
Yes.
Thereafter.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if we go back to the ancestry, we want to know, are you Ugandan? Yes. What does the name Sempwemwa mean? What does the name Jude mean? Are you Ugandan? Yes. What are the values that define you as Ugandan? We want to know the ancestry, the background of Jude.
My names
Yes.
are Jude Sempewa. I'm a Muganda by tribe. I'm above 40. And I'm a person who has grown with my passion.
Yeah.
Passion has brought me to where I am.
Yeah.
I did school, through college, through university, and after campus, I decided to follow my passion, which passion was entertainment. But entertainment to us was born into our family from when we were kids.
Yeah.
So even after school, when I came into this whole entertainment thing, it was something that had been born in me, and it had become a culture.
Wow.
Yeah, become a culture, and then I took on this culture to turn it into an art, so as to be able to earn from it and ensure that it puts food on my table till the current date.
Wow.
I entered the entertainment and art industry in about 2003 when I started DJing at Stakeout. That doesn't cut out the bit of the story that I even used to DJ as one of my small part-time jobs at campus.
Yeah.
That was about 1998 to 2001.
Yeah.
But actively, I started DJing in 2003 at Stakeout. Got out of Stakeout in 2005, where I started Legacy Entertainment, which was a sole proprietor. Yeah. Entered into playing music for private individuals as well as the corporate world.
Yeah.
Drifted all through that into coming up to about 2010. That's when we got to the decision that we really now need to serve mainly the corporate world. We chose the corporate world because it assured us of more business. Yeah. In terms of utilizing our time better, yeah. Having worked from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., unlike other industries in entertainment, usually go into the night crawling kind of schedules. Yeah. Yeah. And also the corporate world assured us of repeat business. Yeah. They're more stable to work with. Yeah. They'll respect the work that you've done, and they'll give you much more referrals. Wow. All these referrals trickle down back into a penny in your pocket. Yeah. But this also comes with a toll on its other side. Yeah. Your mind has to be running. You have to keep thinking for them if you're going to serve the corporate world. Yeah. Unlike the other dancing and entertainment industry whereby anything goes, and by the time that it comes to the morning time, they don't even remember what you did for them. Yeah. So that is what has gotten Jude to where he is right about now. Wow. I'm the head of business at Legacy Productions Limited, which is an audiovisual equipment hire as well as events management company. Yes. Legacy Productions came into being in the year 2014. Okay. And for the past about 8 years, we've been rolling with it. Okay. It's been a very good ride.
Yeah. We can see the results of it on the screen there. Of course, and some of the things we've been doing. Jude, that talking about it, you studied something else.
Yes.
And you ended up doing your passion.
Yes.
I want to know, how did your parents, first of all, what did you study? And how did you flip from what your parents want you to do to doing your passion? Because I am very certain there is a young man out there, a young lady out there who is wondering how to do this. They have the passion to do something, but they are being told you have to be a doctor or an engineer. And yet it is very clear that whatever they want them to study, they are not going to make money out of it, or they are not going to practice, and they don't love it. How were you able to flip the coin to get into art and actually continue with your artistry part of you as opposed to what you went to school to study?
Thank you, Eddie. I'll start with the end, what I would have put as the end statement.
Yes.
Believe in people.
Yeah.
That's it. Believe in your child. At the age of 5, when I was 5 years old, I happened to be introduced to music, to be formally introduced to music. Put aside being born into it, but being introduced into music. Whereby an auntie of mine brought a cassette home from a disco called Sejiko. The first time I had Red Wine from UB40. So, and it happened that afterwards, I knew where all the music was at home. I was the custodian of all my dad's cassettes. Yeah. I even knew the order in which the songs used to play. Coming to my P3, that's about 1987, he gave me a Walkman. Yeah. If you remember Walkman back in the days, it was an old school cassette player about this size, using 4 batteries. And I don't know, I think my elder brother is called Tony.
I was a master of those things.
Tony used to love music so much.
I opened those things and messed it up, and I was beaten several times.
Now Tony used to love music so much, and actually I picked very many, not just a leaf, but very many leaves from him. So Tony, I think, took the Walkman. He was in Namilengo College then. He took it to go out and be a big boy. Back in the days, you didn't have a Walkman, so I'm a big boy. But after that, I went to, as in Kampala parents for my primary school, from P1 to P7. And then I went to Namilengo College from S1 to S6. Then from there I went to Makerere University. Through high school, my friends, my hobbies who I was with, can attest to you that Jude was a music person. I used to have a small radio, earphones, headphones on my ears. I used to know all the good songs all around there and things like that.
You were the go-to guy in high school.
I was the go-to guy when it came to music. I get to know all the new hits on the blog. I knew all of them. Came into campus. Campus, I wanted actually to be a lawyer. Macquarie University.
That's what I know.
I wanted to be a lawyer. But what happened was that I missed law by 2 points on government. So I then qualified for BIFA, which is fine art. When I went into fine art, I was in those lessons for only 2 weeks. I applied for a change of course. BIFA, fine art.
Fine art.
I ran away from something
which you all later on you came back
eventually I was going to fall back into, but from another perspective, from a more interesting perspective, from a naturally inspired perspective. When I finished campus, after fine art, I did social sciences, where I did a major in social administration and a minor in economics.
Wow.
Little did I know that the economics had done and the social admin had done were going to get me to professionalize an industry which was seen as the common man's, or the industry for the failures, for those who hadn't gone to school, and that kind of thing. When I entered music after campus, I had some critics from a number of individuals. Why are you doing this? How can you're a graduate, how can you be doing bidongo business, sound system business, moving on pickups and what? Only one person believed in me. That was my mother.
That's shocking.
Yes, she believed
in me. And your dad must have been saying, this is a failure. I've had a wrong course.
Rest in peace, Daddy. He wasn't alive then to see the dream come true. He actually passed on when I was about like 10 years old. So I wasn't around to see the dream. But I'm proud that I've gotten his dream alive up to this point. My mother didn't judge me for what I'd chosen to do, for the path that I'd chosen to take. She just encouraged me. She was like, just do things the right way. They'll always pay you back. Don't be greedy. Be truthful. Have those qualities, integrity. And don't forget that you've been to school. Carry forward whatever you've studied into what you intend to do. Trust me, it won't fail. A few years down the road, a number of colleagues who didn't believe in the dream which I had then saw this baby start to flourish. So then they fall back. Have you been doing this? How did you do this? We also want to start a mobile disco. We also want to do such and such and such kind of thing. So it's just been a very interesting journey all the way through. As I mentioned in the very start, we had to choose what is our niche. You're doing entertainment. You've decided to do this art, but what is your niche? Where are you pointing your gun? Look out at the market. Where are the opportunities? Where should you point your gun? Don't take the big wide road which everyone is walking through. There's this narrow road with bumps. It's the better road, because at the end of it is the bigger picture. This big road has been trodden and spoiled and done all things, all that kind of thing. So came in a bit of the research and development. Sit on your side and think, I've chosen to do this. This is my vocation. How am I going to do it? How am I going to ensure that I keep it alive? In that at the end of the day, there's a legacy left behind. That is legacy productions.
Wow, when you're hearing that, back to love. This is the Creative Industry Talk. We're talking to Jude Sempebwa, who is head of business development at Legacy Productions Limited. Jude, of course, you've had a beautiful story right there, coming from a young child, you know, young as 9 and 10, looking after his father's records, and later on becoming a DJ, and from law to social sciences to, you know, to fine art at university, and jumping out of it and coming back to the creative industry. You see, creativity runs in the blood of every human being brought on earth. Even you too who is watching the show, you are actually creative. So we want you to share your love with Jude. Send us your kisses and disses coming. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be diving to the questions of our discussion today. If I will put the topic up there for you to actually see what we're talking about today. We're talking about the challenges of 2022 for the independent creative arts in event supply chain, and of course, readiness as the events open up on January 24th in the year 2022 after Uganda being off the scene for 2 years. We want to know if the dudes who are actually the supply chain, as you've talked about, the audiovisual that powers the event industry, that powers the creative industry, is actually ready to go back. Stay right there. We'll be right back after this break. This is the Creative Industry Talk.
Onassis on the beat, Sylvester Kabombo. Yeah. Amalala gakube chigwo, amalala gakube chigwo, enume ye chigwo. Yeah. Volume nyongere, oba owamala. Yeah. Awamala. Volume nyongere muko, oba owamala. Nedda yongera mu. Volume nyongere, oba owamala. Yeah, awamala. Volume nyongere muko, oba owamala. Nedda yongera mu. Tula kalira ulize mbozi bula muto walira byenkubulira passport nga chali wange walakira ebyo byolepuka bijja kulakira kotandisa akabozi kwaba basibekira okoze kene nnyo enzijjo kuzibikira ojja kunakuwala kubalaba kumatikira babadde basibekira kati nga bakulembera n'akazindaalo nga batuyimbira vava kumalala malala temuli bibala bona gavirako ku ngalo emikwano gibalabala bulamu si butereevu busala ebigoli noyo noli ebizibu bitusimbira line ng'akasooli ozola ebika by'emmere bikulisa embooli nga weekwese bwazala wange obalabira mu kamooli okyokusongamu uyo kapooli gwe twayogerako wamachati 8 cent oli mu nnyongere oba owamala oli mu nnyongere muko oba owamala nedda yongeramu oli mu nnyongere oba owamala awamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala nedda yongeramu bwagula enzirusi atagula yazza musango lwachoji walabanya ngago bwengo bagamba owebbango futumutegera ku mulyango kirizagana katukomukire totumenyera omwango pulire moroka tonna jikuta olinda yesu wanalidde okugimanyira leka bano batuuke nga banyirira lwaki bakuba ebizi oyagala batomera aga malala gasana kuluyira Sylvester ku ngoma rhymes gankwira I get the job done call me whatever you want to I hope to make you a person they look up to not to divide society into two input to there's nowhere you are going to mutuntu bulirira ne balubaluba tu bulabwe mutomatu kankusibirire tu sijozanyise kugayanga meketu weketu mugande witu wetereze mwatu volume nyongere oba owamala awamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala nedda yongeramu volume nyongere oba owamala awamala volume nyongere muko oba owamala nedda yongeramu amalala gakube chigwo amalala gakube chigwo enume ye chigwo
Elijah Tucker, Sylvester Ne Abrams.
In my movies, my life got myself all day. Today, no bad mind, but positivity. Humbleness to myself. A smile to make myself look fresh. Think better, be bigger and biggest. Sweet vibes well equalized. Only times when I'm rolling down. Kampala streets uptown, downtown. Hustle mpola. Mo magazine afatanga nkola. Nasikiriza ne bafala just bukaka mute muli na malala kwebera poa tobabuza kola bibyo just poa
kola bibyo, just power.
Sylvester ndibyanke sigena na bitutuma kulaba wetuddeko kulaba okukuluma onotera okuyimbula empologoma okunuma emaali yange gye nakolawo ddala yakuluma kattako enkolagana yange nenabyuma ng'okoba musajja munno osobola okutomera ekyuma olowooza kamegge enjovu kenkanawa edda mwafunanga sitepu zange kati ndipoa sibabuusa ekinakulya kamenvu kigira mu kususa owakazeke alaba olwo bye yesusiza mugendeko mpola omuwa pulaani zojja kwejjusa
Kwebera poa, tobabuusa kola bibyo, just poa. Kwebera poa, tobabuusa kola bibyo, just poa.
nekolera jange nekolera byange nekolera zange tonsumbuwa ndi byange ogamba nvuubika ate nga byendya byange ebyo biganye ojerega byange mbaga santama nga talina byakwambala bavuluga byetukola kubanga byabasukkako babyagala naye obusobozi bwo tebalina okuva bwe nazuula ekyo tebansuuza byange nsekera mu kikonde baagala nsuule balonde balooza buli omu awalula tinsawo ya lumonde simanyi gokka n'amagezi mu ssonde tutadde emyaka mingi mu kuyiga ebintu bye tukola
Blaza, oba sister, tata, oba mama, Kampala omupya, n'omukadde, olulu waise owino, Africa, East Africa, Uganda, omurasta the master, omuyindi oba omuzimbi, just to mention a few, naye fenna.
Kwebera poa, tobabuusa kola bibyo, just poa. Kwebera poa, tobabuusa kola bibyo, just poa.
That's how it is. Flow, follow me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at Flow on a show. Spotlight TV. You're rocking with the best. Spider One we see. Shout outs to my mentor. Yeah, Mwasiba. Tandika was sour. The time stutters. Yeah. Okay. Keka seda tutandika okukwebera. Bavubuka tutandika okusinziira. Olwo tulabe gyetulage eyo ewala. Tusobola okufungiza nga bakirimanyi gava mu kulya bwe batugamba agafe gava mu ndowooza gye gasinziira tusobole okusuka we balaba indigenous MC about spiritual invisible comfortable ng'akola ekyo kyakola kuba kikolera kiwa kaseera ng'ojja n'okigwamu n'okibeeramu n'okyessaamu n'olowooza ng'oli waamu kumbe baddakiika okikugjamu nze ndi bwamu nzaaliddwamu nkyalimu nvudde mu myala mbuuka myala mpolya yesikyatya mirundi gyakankaba mugamba bugambi nga tolina kukamba muvubuka tonyimirira ona mu maaso kuba tekukwata nkwabye emmimba ebeeremu yokka bw'okuva eyo gyenva mbalabyeko nga bagwawo ko one like this down on the flow kati nkujjukiza nekutegeeza tega amatugo olabe ekisinga mu Kampala spotlight television kekaseera tukuwa the true video of them is a fake ezitali original fake corrupt instrumentals yeno by natural mwana wawano self-made bwetugyendowoza yetufuula kasitosala woozo oyagala ng'oluyambuka kasitosuula ng'okkirira nga baziika lekawo maaka ku kyalo gy'ova kwe bali kwogererako bagambe gyoyo yaliwo yenze bwe mulamwa bwe mbaako samwasamwa namukowa neyo mu ghetto shuwa diru oba tolina tobiŋŋamba sitole zange zakuluka gensinziira nsima omusingi ng'omupoota sobola okuzimba tuke waggulu ku lake ziddako amadaala kalinaaki kati ndi ku yakusatu twali mu ghetto tugaya gaati kati nkugamba essawa lya kati tuli kaati safi bulamu buli 1 2 3 satu bwentyo bwenkukwatira mu kibatu nebwewunya MC avudde wati yoyo aspiwa to the DA kiboke bwenkwata MRCA bwetuba KLA abaana be Uganda tetukyatya nimisa waffe eka kingere kwesembera byoke nkulagebo tandika okukwebera bigambo by'Oluganda byetukuba kikaluba naye ate kiba kyangu kwoyo akizalawa muwoyo makofoni naye agikwate alyoke amanyi sikiru zange gye nazijja myaka buwanana myaka lufukunya tukyaliwo tusindika ekigambo kyotategeera bannakampala balowooza twogera kumbe ebitontome byo bendaba byabadda kamera agisembeze mutuuzi wange Mr. Munye tulyoke twakagyakanenga ku kire munyenye kusembera kekaseera nanti yeffe atudde obubi oyo mulinye kuba yino kubeera so comfortable city boss the musajja so leader MC abeda muzi ghetto cipher tutontome ekigambo kyabwe n'Oluganda tukujjukiza amaanyi golina omufirika okwekkiririzaamu ng'otandikira ku lulimi lwo gy'ova n'ekyalo gy'osinzidde oli waawa y'ofaawa tetwawula tukugamba ne bw'ojja na lulimi ki and I see how it is. Oh, 1 2 3 4 check my show. SPY to the DA when you Spotlight TV you know kuyimuka kuyimuka speak rabika so jibika sigaden to tende pomelwanga alientende checho vaka sekende chenkola panyo kabona ku flow 1 2 avudde ngono wokusatu no wokuna bana banamba linda mu magana wate kwakoze rhymes banana jango lieko ofuna ngo kunywa tugenda go daily kaseera kokka okufuka chendi kizimuna kamo kamo bigatta batugamba okugwe Muganda tutandikawo okuresolinga nesije tutwala tutandika okurapinga ebintu tubigatta byonna sikitu zokka n'ekigambo kyenkozesa nebwojja nezifisiko bakukubisa ekigambo kyange kya mambo notegeda bw'omuvubuka yafaawo sitayiro bwe mulabirawo ye yasukkawo yagenda wala nnyo okyali mu birooto byo sitayiro z'enkuba zino gundi empya nnyo tubeera n'ababyuda okka abazimbi okuva mu Kampala okutuuka e Kayunga nyemusenyi okotakubira amateeka balemu kubbere tandika okubalira gamunanti kyawano dreadlock rasta bwenkuba olubugo sima bya kirogo bintu bya wano Uganda bwe bufirika mwatya nnyo mwerabira nnyo mwasuwa nnyo ate mwetya nnyo mwana bwawano kala kuweeko nnyo olyoke omanye ekigambo kya wano nnyo kya nnono gwamba gundi n'oli munno ebintu bya Uganda bibuulire ku munno beerabira nnyo basubwasubwa nnyo beerimba nnyo batuula nnyo balemeddwa okuyimuka otandika okutambula basobole okufuna tebanaalya enkya abaana baabwe tebali balekera basobole okusinziira batandika okusitukana bate bajje abazzukulu bazuukuke ndyoke twambuke ekire neyo tetugenze tumwenyeeko saagala nnaku ebyange byenkola ngoba ebiku ne mu kiro nga nebase saagala bafumbisa manda abokyaku byebimu gyova gyodde era batugamba obuvo bwe buddo balugera bajjajjaffe tubaweera ekitiibwa butabeerabira nesale olugoye olwasooka beluga ate byemutya ennyo ze bwembesala binyumira nnyo magets DXL nampa bulingi enfirika neva kubimasamasa natuni mwana mufirika kala ya bulawuni chocolate black sangala ongera ekika
yali asibye ebiswahili nga line ziri straight, yali avasiga graffiti ku ngalo kwaliko paint. Lwe nasooka okulaba hip hop gwali mwaka gwa 78, nali siraba nga muwala nga jjuza figure 8, ebbina lye lyali ddene, eyo ye yali bait. Nasooka naŋŋamba nti no 2 times 8, yali ayagala mukubiremu 16 bars eziri tight, naye mwana ebiseera ebyo nange nali nkyali fala. Rhyme gye nasooka okukuba n'agiziimuula, nali nkyayavula Ibro n'amutwala, Questo ye n'alyoka amufuula omukyala. Namusanga akisinga Sylvester ne Abrams ku DV8, Babaluku navyo n'abataka balinga babaabe. Namwegomba z'okulaba lyrical G ku no end, Lumix ye yamuleetanga entinda ku weekend. Yala Slike Milka be balinga ba girlfriend be, nze ne mulekwa back in the day had no money to spend. Namuweereza kasoda nanga akimanye nti gyendi, ani yali amanyi tulibeera together in the end. BFE yatandika okufuna platinum checks, nandaga ba queen ba P-Tech ne ba president. Yangamba mbulire stories aba ghetto residents, Luga flow is my culture so I must represent. Yangamba eggulu lyampa ekitole ky'okubeera intelligent, nyinyonnyola abaana concepts babeere confident. Global yampa amaanyi g'okubeera eloquent, tuwa tuzikubye locally ne internationally. Financially yeyanyimusa nanzija ku cement, spiritual I'm trying to be the best man I can be. Lyrically the pen is mightier than the sword I can see, and I promise to love you forever, signed yours sincerely. Dear hip hop nze nkumisinga, mu bakazi be nakabeera nabo ye gwasinga. Chechi kunyiga chechi kabya amaziga, nze nkoyo okulaba nga bakumistreetinga. Oli mulungi smile eringa poetry, kakwate mu kiwato ng'akwata ekitontome. Tutambule ffembi abateesika tubalumye, tula waneno ku kisambi nkunyumize story. Memories mu mpewo nga boomerang zikomawo, ng'omwagalwa wange ng'awunya akawoowo, nga arrow ne bow twesikamu ne twejjawo. First date ne hip hop twalya luwombo lwakaawo, bwe nakola poem eyasooka yagamba wow, ne mulaga eggulu nga telescope ya Galileo. Luga flow ng'akyawoma nga sumbuse yakawo, kino bakasangwawo kye balanga nkiribaawo. Bw'oba wakana gwe genda obuuze jjajjaawo, najjako akawuwo ne mpandika fomula empya ku lubaawo. GNL zamba lyrical architect w'ekimbeewo, Surgeon eyayawula aba hip hop mu kipeepeewo. Buli ssaawa obwongo bubeera budduka ng'akaweewo, naye mwana GNL zamba n'otulekawo. Mpulira kati oyimba ne mangeremu akola duo, nowe wuwoddamu tukube sheziri annual. Baboon forwest obasomere manual, hit city classic, style eri fantastic. Zambo yagala kala ya white olinga wa traffic, konzo mwana muzungu naye omutima gwaba nilotic. We go together just like gin and tonic. Juzi namugambye engeri gye njagala mu hip hop, naye n'agamba mulete mu buliri tukole manage twa, kuba ndaba engeri gy'omu misingo oyinza n'okwewa obutwa. Dear hip hop nze nkumisinga, mu bakazi be nakabeera nabo ye gwasinga. Chechi kunyiga chechi kabya amaziga, nze nkoyo okulaba nga bakwabusinga. Oli mulungi smile eringa poetry, kakwate mu kiwato ng'akwata ekitontome. Tutambule ffembi abateesika tubalumye, tula wano ku kisambi gunyumize story. Dear hip hop nze nkumisinga, mu bakazi be nakabeera nabo ye gwasinga. Chechi kunyiga chechi kabya amaziga, nze nkoyo okulaba nga bakwabusinga. Oli mulungi smile eringa poetry, kakwate mu kiwato ng'akwata ekitontome. Tutambule ffembi abateesika tubalumye, tula wano ku kisambi nkunyumize story.
Ontegeera otya mubuuka soko sembere nkontunuulira ontya
twali twesisinkanyeewa naye ekyo nga tonnakiddamu mbulira onzudde otya bw'obadde onnoonya mbulira obuuzizza otya yanaakutumya oyo akusudde ku kyokya sembera lekera okwemutyamutya weebuzaabuza tunula mu maaso toweetya abamu bamanyi nga rapa bamu bamanyi nga b-boys byowakana abamu bamanyi nga eddoboozi eryogerera omuntu owa wansi yonna gyendi abamu bamanyi nga yimba kyendi abalala bandabanda babuuza musomesa wuuyo abatamanyi bo bawuza fala wuuyo nakyo kinkolera kuba mbayita kuli talaba olwo abagamba nti nina amaasaana abiri gali maaso abiri gali mabega nkoto lwaki balowooza bwe batyo kuba nzinengera gyenva nejengenda banji bandaba naye tebantegeera banji bantegeera naye tebandaba 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 abafere bantya bwe bandaba bo tebaddamu kucacyanca bakirako bingubiridde mu kyenkya anti ndi mubufu obukodyo nina nkuyanja bategera waggulu nempita wansi ne banteeka ku kkono nempita ku ddyo mbaleka basembye kya bulijjo obukodyo bwe gaba mazzi ewange yeewali ensulo ewange gyensulo olumu onoonya n'ombula olumu nsula nkola olumu nsiba ntabaalira ekumpi n'ewala sinti mbeewala mirimu gyenkola gyanfula nantalabika ninga mazzi gansuwa banji bandaba naye tebantegeera banji bantegeera naye tebandaba 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 amagezi ganeesera abateesi baneesiga ate abagezigezi bo batandika okuneesiga kuba bakungula ebiva mu nsigo z'ensiga ate ab'omululu bo baswama bakerako ensega mujja kunzisa enseko kubandaba nze musumba olumu gotayawula mu ndiga nkulengera nga tondaba era nga sinnaba kulabika nsirika nga gwologopya tonnalabuka nsiterebuka ate era sittakibe nga sinnakikenenya ndusu nze ndi ku manduso n'olwekyo kakkana nkujje ekifu ku maaso bagamba nteekuba omunaku tekya eyange yakya naye abalala nenjikeesa era bwenjagala nebakootulo n'obudde nenkeesa awakana kikyoteesa banji bandaba naye tebantegeera banji bantegeera naye tebandaba 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 Abrams Techa
Sinnabako byendaba nze sinnabako wendaga maaso ku lutimbe gwe kanula amatoola be ennyindo zisamuka amaaso gawulira mpewo kabootonga enziku oba mukenenya byonna mponya zirwala bigalanga olugattako puleesa balwala sukaali na munnyo nze bunzaali kano kekatta emmese kekatta ebiyenje kana akayimba katta n'ebiku ebyabateesi ndi musezi ntambula giro nebakamisa naye nzanyumya ebitanyuma ayimba bye banaalaba mvumbula binajja nvunza mu sikaati mbatambuza ensi yonna nga nfuse ekilipusi ndi mbaale mu maleewa nti Kampala mu bafere jinja lya mukiira nze tololo mu seminti sinyomwa neddira ssanyu akabbiro byoya bwompa akati misinde nzaasembayo okutuuka ntuze n'akayimba k'essanyu kali special storyteller n'engero nnyumya nkuwa kawoowo bagamba Kampala nze kali na potential kati nerisedi kolayo hiti elikomasho ntuze n'akayimba k'essanyu kali special storyteller n'engero nnyumya nkuwa kawoowo bagamba Kampala nzenze kali na potential commercialization ibisange ku station nazalibwa kubanze byemanyi ku education nacho born killer nsanga mu sitense bwe ntugantuga barapa boneno tension tebando ganzi byesho nze siwanda muliro tebanyigana konsambye mike evumbera Sinzi sudeli kondo munzi sambieli nzadde rapu omu Kampala leta pampa gamba questo neibura tibeba senyo omuzukulu azadde balongo mujeno twalule gamba zali ankuba nnyo Juliana akuze nnyo gamberize ya luzinda ng'emyaka tegigenda tuli Kampala mu bwengula minibazi twambula banatera kutugana kuzaala mbujjamu aweze amatatunywa gambuzi olusi bakamannume tumwongere ekisanje kiddako tunywe ku gente ntuze n'akayimba k'essanyu kali special storyteller n'engero nyumyangu wakawowo bagamba Kampala nzenze kali na potential ntuze n'akayimba k'essanyu kali special storyteller n'engero nyumyangu wakawowo bagamba Kampala nzenze kali na potential emyaka giba gitandika nze nyongera kulukuta ndina sitole z'okutandika sebo okutaputa amanya Nelson Saint kuba kugattako nze yasikira abennamugongo nga babokyeza ndi mutume natumibwa kuba abakalimbutu mu Buganda bamanyiko kimusoza masowaani nsokanga kulyate nennaaba olw'engalo bakabasajja banneesi bakona gye nakoowa sigenda sikoowa sigejja nkyusa nekkala abasiima ogenze valuvalu mu hapo vipi sema tubeera tuddamu nti hapo saawa nze kanzire Dar es Salaam twogere ebisingawo ntuuse n'akayimba k'essanyu kali special storyteller n'engero nyumyangu wakawowo bagamba Kampala nzenze kali na potential ntuuse n'akayimba k'essanyu kali special storyteller n'engero nyumyangu wakawowo bagamba Kampala nzenze kali na potential yes nze mbongera buwowo anti-commercialization omulondo n'engero kakubidde wano kakubidde waffe kakubidde eno Saint Nelise kikola sense nnyo neera neno neli
Nsaza akabiri n'ennyuma sitera kukolola ngoloddeko mpakinze n'emiwula gyaffe ne bambyolyeko engeregeze nazinabyeko leero ebijanjalo okumanyo nabijjeko nakwesunga dda nga tukyali amapeera n'entya maama kati nze nkwetegekedde nafunye n'akagato Bambi be my lover Naji, oh Baba, please be my lover nasindika omubaka nakuntwalako olw'ensonyi nnyingi nakunkwanako nasumba amapiira ng'onkuba mugongo sijja kwerabira ebyaluli nakunyonyogera nonywegera ebisigadde byalimu oluyi engolo ensambagere ne maama wo nakwesunga dda nga tukyali amapeera n'entya maama kati nze nkwetegekedde nafunye n'akagato nawe nawe please be my lover
tukutendereze Yesu uli mwana gwendiga n'abagamba bajewe jinja Lazaro nalimuka n'abagamba nti atalina kibi asooka mukube jinja Bafirisuti besiga Goliyasi nebesanga nebeyubisa Kadawudi ne kacanga envulo ne kamukuba nenkona nenga arise and shine for the glory of the Lord is upon you. Sewala mbiye naye mukama dala towa abakusiga kye basabo bawa sitani yanjoga fuwanulwa naye mukama toyiwa bakwesiga and shine for the glory of the Lord is upon you.
Oh, na na na, baby, guess I'm one time. Moses, what you want? Right beats the eye, what they am, bad man. Wesa besala, besala, kuba yesala. Wesa besala, besala, kuba yesala. Wesa besala, besala, besala. Esala, esala. Ono salo kumala emyaka ya bulu mwana. Ono sala ya kabanyo ya bulu mwana.
saba nange noli asabe noli gundi saba nange wesabe sala esala kuba yesala wesabe sala esala kuba yesala wesabe sala esala esala wesabe sala esala esala. Zunga zunga sina cha kunywa yaya ono Yesu wo mutama kutakowa takowa wena musabangeze nyimba zenazipa bonana nayi kuganja mukama gwe nokumpa yaya ebitiwa ntikuwa mukama webale ebitiwa ntikuwa mukama waponyai pasta mugembe ku street kwa yali today yasaba n'omuwulira essala eyo n'ogiwulira yasaba n'omuwulira essala eyo n'ogiwulira eno yesala essala ewanya ne kansa yesu yesala essala ewanya sirimu yesu yesala essala yesu yesala essala egaburuzalo yesu yesala essala
R.I.P. moms. Yeah, never forget you. Yeah, and for everybody else that we lost, everybody that we love. Yeah, I miss you. LG.
Living in pain when you're caught up in the rain. Life hanging by a thread, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on. Living in pain when you're caught up in the rain. Life hanging by a thread, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on.
Been a couple things going through my head. Time's getting hard, somehow I gotta maintain. There'll be another pain if I get caught up in the rain. Will I be the same? Will I be ready for the change? My heart is aching, I'm anxiously waiting. Time don't fail me while I'm anticipating. What am I saying? I'm not mistaken. Gotta pull myself up before I start fading.
See my whole life, check what I heard, what happened then. That dreadful night when you heard that accident. Doc said it wasn't no thing, you'd make it. It still broke my heart to see you stretched out in a hospital bed. Had to explain the pain that you felt as you lay there, tears flowing down my eyes, watching you smile. Many years later, can't get over my loss, cause I still can't believe that you're gone. Nah. Living your pain when you're caught up in the rain. Life hanging by a thread, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on. Living your pain when you're caught up in the rain. Life hanging by a thread, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on.
Been a couple things going through my head. Time's getting hard, somehow I gotta maintain. There'll be another pain if I get caught up in the rain. Will I be the same? Will I be ready for the change? My heart is aching, I'm anxiously waiting. Time don't fail me while I'm anticipating. What am I saying? I'm not mistaken. Gotta pull myself up before I start fading.
All alone in this cold, cold world. I'm on my own in a zone where there's nowhere to turn. What can I do? Should I lose it? Hard when I'm missing you. It's heavy on my mind, yo, this feeling so pitiful. True, it hurts bad when the love when it's gone. When it pours, you can't do much but weather the storm. Miss you a lot, never stop singing this song till the day when I see you again. So long. Living in pain when you're caught up in the rain. Life its way, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on. Never knew pain when you're caught up in the rain. Life ended by its way, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on. Yeah, the song is dedicated to the memory of my late mother Barbara.
R.I.P. Mom.
And to all the loved ones I lost in my life, both my grandmothers, my grandfathers, Auntie Florence,
Rest in peace.
my homie Morose. So hard to sing this song,
Never forget you.
but I love and miss you so long.
Never knew pain when you caught up in the rain. Life fading by its way, about to fade away.
All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on. Never knew pain when you caught up in the rain. Life fading by its way, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on.
Never knew pain when you caught up in the rain. Life fading by its way, about to fade away.
All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on. Never knew pain when you caught up in the rain. Life hanging by its way, about to fade away. All hope is gone when all is lost. Miss you, but I know life must go on.
Compatriots, victorious fighters of Africa. Compatriots, victorious fighters of Africa. You shed your blood for me. You slept in jail for me. You shed your blood for me. All in the struggle for liberty, torture day and night. Just because you're black, we can't forget the past. All the souls we lost, we can't deny the fate. Africa will think again. Remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba, remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba.
The voice of freedom,
Kanutanu Frelimo,
the movement of the people,
the
root of Pan-Africans.
People must unite.
Ruma was in prayer.
We can't forget the past. We can't deny the faith. Remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba, remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba. sound of victory. Senegal, Gambia, Senghor is champion. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Félix our father. Soweto, 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 Mandela. Soweto, 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 the land of the brave. Remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba, remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba.
na dir ma yamo tiamba mira de ya ro ma kele de ba mira de ba mira de ma gamo le ba mira de da Rabu Nyana gini, man, baby, nyana gini, nyana gini, go nyana gini. I will down every year. I will down every year. One word, oh yeah.
Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, like many other sub-Saharan cities, is characterized by peri-urban and dense unplanned informal settlements. And with an ever-growing population that is gradually surging past the 1.5 million mark, city amenities are at times overwhelmed. Kampala Capital City Authority, KCCA, a body established to administer Kampala Capital City on behalf of the government of Uganda through its Directorate of Public Health and Environment, has been at the forefront of efforts to improve on-site sanitation in Kampala City.
So Kampala is one of those cities with a low sewer network coverage. Ours is less than 10%. And that means over 90% of our people rely on non-sewer sanitation. So in the bid to get innovations and solutions, RASOP has provided quite robust learning solutions in terms of capacity building to provide non-sewer sanitation, in terms of innovations.
Under the Reinforcing African Sanitary Operators Partnership RASOP project, focus is on providing technical guidance to promote sustainable sanitation, including non-sewer systems and fecal sludge management, building capacity of sanitation operators, enabling and facilitating the adoption of appropriate regulatory framework for implementation of sustainable urbanization and project management and governance.
We've had several trainings or capacity building programs that have been held in Kampala city. We've had different trainers coming in from different cities to train our own emptiers, and this has helped them to develop their businesses. For example, creation of and interpretation of sheet flow diagrams, where we had different sanitation stakeholders getting really to learn how to draw a sheet flow diagram. They just used to see it on paper. They didn't know how it came about. They didn't know how to write a report, but everything has been done and we are having some results come out.
When RASOP also came in, people were told to put on safety gadgets. You can see people now are putting on overalls, they are putting on gumboots, and when they go to work out there, they're also putting these things on so that they can safeguard themselves from the diseases related to their business.
3 years down the road, through investments like RASOP and others, we're actually seeing fecal sludge management coming to the fore. It is now something that whose awareness is now raised, and actually the different various stakeholders are willing to participate to see that it is even improved better.
Since the inception of the RASOP program, KCCA has been able to secure the participation of various private sector players, research institutes, communities, the government, and many local and international partners in its drive for a cleaner and healthier Kampala city.
My name is Kabobi Haman, aka Slim MC, UG the Poet. This is XXL The Fix, and I have 3 things to fix about Uganda. 1. Socialites living a plastic life and wanting or seeking validation. Please be who you are. When we go out there for social gatherings and events, be it blankets and wine or anything, do not show us that you pulled out your new garment or that you've never dressed up to that standard or that level. Be who you are. To the young people that are influenced by social media and spend lots of your OTT money or your time, please be who you are, live who you are, and let that be the outcome. Number 2 is on the members of the parliament. Please, and please, propaganda and charisma will not build this nation or change it in a positive way. Be members of the people, not members of the parliament. So let us see you serving this nation, not you thinking of how you can benefit yourselves. The third one is under the employment sector. If you're out there and you think you're an employee or employer within the sector, please be a servant. Serve the sector in which you work. Serve the sector. Serve that company. Serve the nation, not being employees. Do not go to your work desk and just look at the camera watching you and work cross time and wait to be paid per hour or per day. Make some change. Be motivated. And if you're not motivated, find something that you love to do to be productive. My name is Kabobi Haman, aka Slim MC UG the Poet, and I just fixed you.
dir ma yamo tiamba mira de ya ro ro ma kelo de ba mira de ba ya kera de ma gamu le ba mira de ba ya da da Rabu Nyana gini, man, baby, nyana gini, oh, go nyana gini. I will down in the year. I will down in the year. One wood, oh yeah. Ma yomo triamo mira diri peyoto ya ter dek ma gamu lewo mira diri peyoto ruka ruka tere peyoto mira diri peyoto ma yomo triamo mira diri peyoto don't worry ma yomo triamo mira diri peyoto mira diri
From 1962, we're still struggling. Are we defined by our Bantu or Nilotic or cultural groupings? Is that what's going to form us? Or are we going to go federal?
Those experiences that we went through should be able to make us a better people, to define ourselves even more, to stand firm and say, look, if there's been violent change in regimes, never shall it be.
Our violent past, cognizant of what we have gone through up to this point. Yeah, this is how we will manage our affairs.
Simon Kairo, are you Ugandan?
Yes, I'm a Ugandan.
What makes you Ugandan?
I'm a Ugandan by birth, and I'm a Ugandan because of the characteristics that define Ugandans.
Do we know the value that defines us as Ugandans? Do Ugandans know themselves?
Yes and no. Yes, of course, Ugandans know themselves, but do we have a national definition of what our identity is?
We are trying to define ourselves by the things that happen in Kampala. Kampala is very, very small compared to what we see.
What are the things that we put together so that when you go out there and say, I am a Ugandan, you're projecting the following attributes?
Yes.
What are those attributes?
What is this collective brand that we can hold on to? So when I go like to USA, I present my passport, and that speaks much more than just my word. And then I go to Russia and people get to fight so much to get my daughter to marry because she's Ugandan.
There's 33.5 million that need to find a reason why they're Ugandans.
Any Ugandan who stands up there and complains about Uganda's image out there is a fool.
What are you going to package and come back with on the show next week that we're going to sell?
Anything and everything that has the title Ugandan.
What would you sell?
Person. That person is you, that person is him, that person is me. That's a Ugandan I want.
Thank you so much for being a part of XXL family, growing bigger and better every single week. 35 million people across East and Central Africa. You can actually be a part of us. Get onto your Twitter page, talk to us. Get onto your Facebook page, talk to us. Or rather, you can log on ours. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Jaffa, how are you doing?
It's an honor to be on the wisdom circle, as I call it.
Yes, and I'm so happy to have you here this afternoon to basically, talk about narcissism, where we left it last week.
We recapped from last week.
Yes, and how was your week?
It was quite fine.
Okay.
I had actually gone to a wedding.
Yeah.
But they were incredibly 1 hour late. So,
in Africa, we are delayed, we are never late.
There's this saying of African time.
Yes.
And that is also another thing of narcissism.
Yes.
Your ability not to think for others.
Okay.
You know?
I never looked at it from that point of view, by the way.
Remember last week I used the word selfish because it's hard for Africans to put their mouth around the word narcissism.
Yes, because it's looked at as
it's all
as a
we,
problem.
not
Yes,
us.
yes.
You see, with narcissism, it's always about me, not us. Yeah.
And so whatever we're doing, it's about
you.
me,
It's all
me,
about
me.
you,
Yes, yes, never about us.
We.
Okay. I just want to start the show right away, and this discussion is really key for us. From wherever you are watching this program all across the world, we want to say thank you very much and welcome to the program. This program talks about the wisdom that the elders are supposed to impart or impress upon the young people. And Generation X and the millennials, and of course now the baby boomers, as we say.
Our parents.
Yes, we want to know, first of all, starting from there, the different description that starts from our parents to your generation and then the generation of ours. Yes, exactly, and getting there. So let's start from there.
Let's go back to the actual. It's called tradition. Anybody before 1946 is from the era of tradition. Then after World War II, people were at peace and there was a lot of procreation. That's when you ended up with the baby boomers.
Yes.
Yes. And then the baby boomers gave birth to us, the Generation X.
Yes.
Generation X you're looking probably from 1964 to, let's say, 86.
Okay.
For me, that's the way I put the barrier.
Okay.
And then for me, I'm looking at the millennials,
Yeah.
the ones who approach this new millennial of ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where would you place the millennials? Which area would you place the millennials?
Millennials from, let's say, from around 86 to date.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the Generation Z are a funny category. They're from basically around 96 to date.
They are called Generation Z.
Z. Yeah.
Okay. Z.
We're British.
Z. Okay. I just want to. So where would you place me, who is born around 1982, 83, 84?
Yeah, you're definitely a millennial.
Wow. So that's how I still fit in the millennial category.
You're the people making possibilities happen that we never thought of.
Yeah.
You're the ones who, for me, the invention of the word thinking out of the box
Yes.
was made for you people.
Yeah.
You see insight into things that we, who were spoon-fed tradition by our parents, but they actually never partake of the traditions. You're not structured. You are communal. You have amazing empathy. For me, I feel so bullied about the parentage, what we call the patriarch society, which was instilled in us.
Okay.
That's why we enjoyed partying
Okay.
too much. And partying is basically what the narcissist.
Yes.
Hedonist is somebody who just looks out for the party. Where's the party at? Remember that saying?
Yes, where's the party at? Let's go right now. And then everybody's just going, the weekend just continue. Yes.
A hedonist society, a narcissist character burns candles on both sides.
Okay.
You don't really budget for anything.
Okay. Okay.
And the whole point of calling something like a religion, it's like it has become part and parcel of your life.
Yes.
And it's all about what we're going to do for the weekend.
Okay.
Yet traditionalists would have their traditional granary where they would look out for the next season's crop, seedlings.
Yes. Yes.
And they saving society. Surprisingly, your people have started saving society culture that we don't. And sometimes for me, I believe it's this thing living for the day. Others say no, the situation